Hi everyone, I'm Amanda Pflugrad alongside Marc D'Amico, and we're here in Chicago for the NBA Draft Combine, and day one of workouts just wrapped up. But Marc, who are some of the top players that really stood out to you?
Mam Jaite is the first guy who popped out to me. When I saw both teams take the court, teams 1 and 2 for the first game of the day, this guy, I was just like, wow, he's huge. I've never seen him before. He's from France. They invited him over for the Combine this year. And my idea after seeing him play today is he's going to get drafted. This kid is huge. He's about 6'11", but he looks bigger than that. He's built pretty well. He blocks shots. He rebounds, had 5 offensive and 5 defensive rebounds today. He did look a little bit raw. He only played over one shoulder on the block for the most part today, but it looks like he's got some potential. Another guy that stood out during that game to me was Duke point guard Quinn Cook. He's a senior, just graduated. Now he comes here, and he played pretty poised basketball today. Looked like he ran the offense pretty well, although he did commit 4 turnovers. I think he had a nice floor game today. And then in the second game, someone who stood out to me not in a good way, Tyler Harvey. This guy came in here. He had the reputation as a shooter, as a scorer. He was a shooter. He took 13 shots, but he was not a scorer, only made 3 of them. So obviously his stock drops a little bit after that today, but I think if, based off of what he did all season, he's going to bounce back tomorrow, and then he's going to bounce back in his individual workouts as well.
Well, and players not only had to showcase their skills on the court, but they also participated in agility testing. What were some of the top results?
Well, the first result that pops off the charts to every single person who's going to look at these today, Pat Connaughton out of Notre Dame tied the highest vertical max leap in the last 14 years. 44 inches this guy jumped up into the air. There has only been one higher leap in the history of this combine in the last, I think it's 17 years, and that's 45.5 inches. He jumped 44. Very impressive. I mean, white men can't jump. No, it didn't happen today. This guy was flying into the air. And something else that stood out to me, Rondé Hollis Jefferson. This guy was known as an athlete. He came in here and he substantiated those beliefs. Every single testing and agility station he went through, he was pretty much at or near the top. So he strengthened his case today, and hopefully he can play well as well in workouts and be able to show these guys that he's not just an athlete, he's also a basketball player.
And I know that there's a little bit of a different format going on, the 5-on-5 scrimmage that hasn't taken place since about 2008. What are your thoughts on the overall structure of that?
Well, I can tell you, when these games started today, obviously we watched 2 40-minute games, basically a college structure, 20-minute halves, but it was played with NBA rules. I couldn't have been happier. I mean, I'm watching guys play basketball instead of just go through drills all day. And when I talk to executives around the league, front office personnel and coaches, they all told me the exact same thing. Not only is it more entertaining, but you get more out of it. These guys can watch these prospects play basketball, not just go through drills. You can see what these guys do on the court against other potential NBA players. I think all the executives are walking out here thinking the same thing as me. This is something we need to keep moving forward. Not only is it beneficial, but it's also more entertaining.
And the players probably enjoyed it too, being able to kind of break everything up as they went throughout the day.
Yeah, you would think so. They had a lot of interviews, and then they finally got to get on the court today, play a little bit of ball.
All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Celtics.com. We'll have more of your Combine coverage throughout the week.